What dimension are you in? What form of light would you say that you are? Do you have good, evil? Is the devil within you? The angels are with you? Blame, hatred? Maybe there's this energy that is within you that does not understand yourself. And when you don't understand yourself, you have all sorts of issues with inside yourself. What is the self inside of you? And if you go to claim a certain thing, is that not a form of ego within inside the self? And how do you react to this form that is inside an entity of you? And when we really look at things, the peace, the silence is within. But when you're around people, it all goes out the window. And you react. What is the reaction that you have? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it something that's going to make you sad? Well, we're here to talk about quantum dimensional Reiki. And quantum dimensional Reiki is an understanding beyond what you think. And when you understand that, you will start to see that healing is always here. And within inside the state that you're in will depend upon the state of which you present what is needed, something you judge. So quantum dimensional Reiki goes into the self to find the self that is hidden, that is fragmented in all these other parts. So you're calling all the parts back to you whole without harm. And then you're using the rays of light to understand what dimension am I in. Now, some people will deny this. Some people will talk negative about this. Some people will speak ill will. Some people will claim a religion. Some people will do all these things. But just so that you understand, we've been Reiki masters for over 35 years. On top of that, Kundalini Reiki masters for years. And we started to see how hard it is for everybody to receive. They got to memorize all these symbols, got to memorize all these things. And then from there, everybody is teaching a certain thing. And within a weekend, everybody is this so-called Reiki master. And then from there, they're going out and getting all these clients. And now everybody's using all these systems. But in reality, there's no basic understanding. So whether you're a beginner, whether you're advanced, whether you're looking to enhance your practice, you will start to understand that in quantum dimensional Reiki, whether you want to claim a symbol or you want to use a certain method or a certain religion, whatever you want is there, but it's beyond that ego. It's in a time and space that already is done. Now, how do we get there is the question. And we have to understand that it is a journey within. So let's start off by understanding the first level is free. And it's to get you in a basic understanding that the world, for some reason around you, has been a lot of lies. We're not here to create a conspiracy theory. We're not here to claim a religion. We're just here to understand quantum dimensional Reiki. Now, if you're a Reiki practitioner, a Kundalini Reiki practitioner, well, that's nice, but it has nothing to do with quantum dimensional Reiki. So everybody will start off at the same point. Now, when I say point, what does that mean to you? Ask yourself, when I say point, what does that mean to you? Now, you're going to understand that that point is something inside your central intelligence. So quantum dimensional Reiki works with your central intelligence, your intuitiveness, and you can understand when you listen to someone's speech, you can detect all the flaws. Because inside the flaws, there's certain laws that you are breaking with inside the extension of the universe. Some people call that the law of attraction. Some people will call that religion. Some people will call that science. Some people will call it karma, so on and so forth. Now, the thing is that in quantum dimensional Reiki, you have to even get rid of the name of quantum dimensional Reiki. What is that name? Well, that is a name to describe an essence. So, quantum dimensional Reiki is on another dimension that you, as a practitioner, cannot decipher in certain ways. You cannot control this in certain ways. Now, right now, we're out, so you'll hear all sorts of noises. You'll hear doors opening, different things. That's great. What does that have to do with you, yourself, getting agitated or saying that I don't see someone, I need someone, I need a teaching, I need this, I need to see a face? Well, who's the one in control? So quantum dimensional Reiki goes beyond into another dimension. So let's take an incident or a life. So life, let's label it A12236Z. Now this life was born in 1990. Now, in 1990, what was the life before that person was born? How do you search what was the life before? Now, as you start to look, you start to understand that that child before it was born was so many months in the mother's womb, not in the father's womb. Okay? In the mother's womb. Now that mother has an understanding of having a child, not having a child. Was that mother born with emotional parents? Was that mother born into arguments? Was that mother raised to control? No. That mother took on what is generated by their parents, the person raising them, what they're supposed to be, how their life has been, how did they get raised, and then their values. Now, when that child is born, that child already has emotions, mother, father, the family, and all these incidents happening comes out. In between that, you need to ask, was this child planned? And if the child was planned, how many years in advance was that child planned? What did the parents eat? What did they consume? Did they drink? Did they smoke? Were they on medications? Were they emotional? Were they abused as children? What is the psychology of this basic understanding? Now, someone would say, what does that have to do with quantum dimensional Reiki? Well, each part is your emotional part, your physical part, your mind, your body, your soul, your fake destiny, your real destiny. Well, it's to live. Nothing else. And from there, what are the morals? What are the ethics? So you will understand that when that child's born, that child goes to preschool. Some do. Some go to kindergarten, right? Then from there, you go to school. You learn about what other people have, what you need, supposedly. What are your values in money? What you're supposed to do when you work? How life is. So you're brought up with the psychology of the people that bring you up. Now, your job is not to knock your mother and father. Your job is to break free from their pain, their suffering, and what is good for you. So, in quantum dimensional Reiki, we start to learn that usually when someone starts, they're over 18. Number one, they're over 18. Because it's an understanding that the parent is going to try to decide that this is not good for their child. The child has to be of age in a certain way to really work through everything that they have experienced without blame. So the first part of quantum dimensional Reiki is, am I 18? Okay. Now you proceed. If you're not, then we don't suggest that. We don't work with you. It's not that we don't want to. You can get a session done just for you to experience, but the talks that we have to really rid all the programming that you have had up until the age of 18. So it's almost like a wipe your emotions. We call it an emotion wipe. And the emotional wipe is free in the beginning. And how do we do this? Some of you are saying, well, I don't understand this. It doesn't make any sense. I never experienced this. Blah, blah, blah. I have a degree. The president is this. So what? Has nothing to do with the subject of what we're speaking about. Nor does it have to do with what you think you need. a process. So the first process is, I think, therefore I don't know if that is the truth. I think, therefore I don't know if that's the truth. How many yourself that? Or know if it's the truth? And breathe. Take a breath in. I am wiping energy 1 through 9. Now, what does 1 through 9 mean? That's something you'll learn in part 2 right now. You're learning to erase the emotional pain. I am wiping 1 through 9. There's nothing else for you to do. Now, in the middle of your body, just say erase, delete, reset. Now, forever, eternity. Cleanse. Wipe. Now relax. Now, take a breath in. Breathe out. Ask yourself what went on with your mind there. There was something that did change. For the ones that say I didn't experience anything, that is a lie. And we can prove that later on. Right now, we're not here to compete with you like we're better than you. We're here to erase 1 through 9. Now, if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, clear, erase, delete, reset, middle. Now, if you take a breath in again and breathe out, there's something that changed in you. It might be slight. Some of you might get agitated. That's a Some of you might be upset. See, you can't add a religion, you can't add anything besides that you're outputting a condemned. So, we're going to take another step into letting go. Now, there's nothing for you to do to let go except you say let go. Next stage. Some of you are going to have 35 times. It's okay. Some of you are going to get it within the first second. But we have to really look at what are we doing to get this? It's kind of funny, right? What am I doing to get this? What am I saying? It's not what am I saying. Am I achieving? There is no achieving. It just is. It's on the level that is already there. That level is understanding the rays of light within inside the self shining through the temple. Now I am known. Because you're never known to the self until you realize all the pain and the suffering you were put through. Some of you will say, I love my parents. Some of you would say, I cannot. Some of you will say, I love my mate. Some of you will say, I can't stand them. But that conversation is really nothing to do with the matter. Because the existence is you within the side the self that understands I am that, in which I am. That's not religion where we're coming from. I am that in which I am. I am that, comma. I am that. Now, I am that I erase 1 through 9. So I am that I erase 1 through 9 that I am within inside myself. Where does that leave me? A blank slate. A clean slate. Rid from all condemnment. So if I rid myself of condemnment, or the fact of that I am bad, or the fact that I am evil, or the fact that I am this, in which I am, well, I am that. What is that? What is the energy that is always there? And how does it reach? Whether you're praying, you're fishing, you're walking, you're sitting, you're pouting, you're crying, you're driving. Life is living. So, when you walk outside, there's plants, there's trees, there's birds, there's bees, there's flowers, right? What would the world be without that and the sun? You wouldn't be around. And how many people don't understand that? And where does it take you? 1 through 9. That I don't 1 through 9. Now, when we work on I don't know 1 through 9, you want to know what 1 through 9 is. Some of you are already determining what 1 through 9 is. But inside 1 through 9 is 3, 6, 9. But there's numbers that get you there. So there's all an equation to a mathical production of the self. So your mathematical equation with inside your own self. Your arms are so long, your legs are so long, your fingers are so long, from your neck to here, from your eyes to here. You're all proportioned, all different heights. But there's one thing that is not proportioned, and that is your weight. Everybody's a different weight. Now, who is that up to? You. It's not up to God, up to this one, up to that one, up to my parents were this, up to this. So if a system's off, you might be heavy, you might be too skinny, you might be this, you might be that. Well, how do you figure that out? 1 through 9. So if some of you are trying to lose weight, you have to look at, I am here to lose weight? No. I am here to make the statement, I am losing weight? No, I am here now, I am that, without making that statement. If you are looking for money, I am that, in which I am. 1 through 9. So when you say 1 through 9, I take on the symbols 1 through 9. What are the 9 symbols? What are the 9 understanding? What are the 9 laws? What are you here to understand? Now that we did this, some of you are going to be like, wow, this doesn't make sense. I don't know what's going on. I'm here, I'm listening. For the ones that listen to all this, just pay attention. Above, beneath, to left, to right, in front and back, and all around, clear. 1 through 9, intertwined. From the head down to the toes, from the toes to the crown. 1 through 9, clear, activate, reset. Everybody take a breath in, breathe out. And now, think of anything that was bothering you before. And now, anything, but pick one topic that was bothering you. We didn't talk about it. We just spoke about a lot of different things, which activates your mind to clear on 9 levels of an understanding in which you need. So think of a problem that you had, and now ask yourself, how do I feel about the problem compared to where I was when I started, compared to now? There has to be a difference. Now, you would label that from 1 to 10. 10 being the most, and then from there you would take that down, and then from there you can actually bring that to an infinity. Then from there you bring it to a quantum, you bring it to a dimension, and then we bring it to the Reiki, which is the light within that. And then from there we pick a dimension in which everything is fine inside of you to call all parts back whole to you. So this is very confusing to anyone that first starts off, because they're going to think, oh, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't, because we're here to build your spiritual understanding and your intuition on a level that is beyond grasping. Doesn't matter if you have a college degree or you're a psychologist or anything else. Most people cannot understand this until you experience it. I hope this helped you. There's going to be more. There's going to be a basic understanding. But this was for you to experience. You might have to replay this over and over again until it really hits you. And then when it does really work for you, you can contact us. But if it doesn't work for you, there's no such thing as it doesn't. It's just working on another level for you to really understand. And it already works. There's no such thing as it doesn't work. So anybody that says this did not work for me is actually lying to themselves. And they're not really understanding this, and they're not really trying, because you didn't really try. You have to repeat it over and over again. If you're going to play baseball, or you're going to play basketball, or you're going to be a professional, you're going to practice. But we're going to build the intuitive, where you'll become a phenomenal person inside yourself.